Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News for Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024. Stand up for your country, and you do that, of course, by voting. We all have to do it if we want to be categorized as patriots, and I want to be in that category myself. So lots going on today. I had to pare it down. We had so much. As we predicted, the political hatred is ramping up fast because Trump may win. And I was on Hannity's radio program today, and that's on BillO'Reilly.com if you want to hear it. And I said that the hatred shown by the Democratic Party now, and we're going to get into that, all right, I think is going to hurt Kamala Harris. So keep that in mind. Talking Points Memo is the subject of severe Trump anxiety. Adolf Hitler's back. The Fuhrer is in this campaign because the Democratic Party is very nervous. They are worried that Kamala Harris is not performing well on the campaign trail, which she is not. So it's desperation time. They are trying to equate President Trump with Adolf Hitler. That's vile. If you know anything about Hitler, and I'm going to do a YouTube commentary tonight on him, this is way over the top. And you, in a free speech country like America, you can say it, but anybody who does say it, you lose all respect for them. I do. And you just can't. All right. And I would say that if they were putting the Hitler moniker on Kamala Harris or any Democrat, I'd say the same thing. So anyway, the latest is former Trump chief of staff, John Kelly, who hates Donald Trump, wants him to lose, is coming out again saying that Hitler admired some of Hitler's generals and has fascist tendencies, all that nonsense. And Kelly can't back up for a second. Contradicts previous statements that he made. It's just a bunch of garbage. But it's picked up by the far left. Roll tape.
I think we also have to recognize, as the congressman said, Donald Trump is so historically inaccurate in his comment, right? Hitler's generals tried to kill him. They put a bomb under a table. And so what is it that Donald Trump really considers the affinity with Hitler?
Trump's talking about Kim Jong-un. Look, Kelly said, Mark Milley said, he's a fascist to the core. He honors these dictators, and he praises Adolf Hitler.
No, that's absurd. And it's a lie, and it's a disgrace. So I was on News Nation this morning, right after that guy, Goodstein, and I've challenged him to a debate. He'll never do it in a million years. But here's what I said. Go.
And may I comment on your previous segment with Richard Goodstein,
yes,
the
please.
Democratic surrogate? May
and
I
Swenson.
Comment?
Yep.
Because this is the same stuff. So at this point, both parties know that Donald Trump's running ahead in the internal polling. That means the polling that the parties pay for, but the public doesn't see. All right, so the Democrats are really getting concerned they're going to lose. So they trot out Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler is now injected into the campaign. And Mr. Goodstein comes on your fine program and says Donald Trump is praising Adolf Hitler. Flat out says it, correct? Am I right?
Correct.
Okay. Number one, how does Richard Goodstein know that? He wasn't in any conversation with Trump. This is reported by somebody who hates Trump, John Kelly. Number two, what is the context of the conversation? Did Trump just get up and walk in the Oval Office and announce to his advisors, hey, you know that Adolf Hitler, he wasn't that bad? Do you think that happened, Marky?
I don't believe so.
No, it didn't happen. This is all a bunch of trumped up, pardon the pun, hatred. And again, I think it's going to work against Kamala Harris because most Americans on both sides, they don't like hatred. They don't like people who hate. Don't like them. It's not Harris saying this. but it's her people. Okay, 13 days left. You can expect this to accelerate into the land of absurdity. It's already there, but you'll get more of it. Trump ran the country for 4 years. I didn't see any sign of fascism in that White House. Did you? Can you point to one thing in his governance that he did with fascistic, totalitarian? I can't. And I wrote a book on the man, the United States of Trump. All right, I had access to the White House. If you know of any, bill@BillO'Reilly.com. Let me know. Yes, after the election was over, it was not handled well. But that's separate from his governance while he was in there. And that is the memo. All right, latest polling has, this is all of them added up. Real Clear Politics. Kamala's up 1%, just one. And it's all over the place. Some Trump's polls have Trump up, they have Kamala up, but the average is Trump 1, which is a tie. All right, joining us now from upstate New York is John McLaughlin. He is President Trump's internal pollster, along with Tony Fabrizio. Anything new on the data front, John?
Yeah, it's still very close. I mean, you're exactly right. By the way, this stuff comparing Trump to Hitler, they're desperate, and it's irresponsible because President Trump had to survive an assassin's bullet, and that kind of vitriol just contributes to that kind of environment. But going back to the polls, what's got them freaked out is President Trump, compared to 2016, at this point in time, we were down 6 points to Hillary Clinton, not winning any of the battleground states. It was a Hillary lock. We won that race. In 2020, at this point, we were down 8 points in the average of the national polls, not winning any battleground state. And we just missed by 44,000 votes across 3 states out of 160 million votes. What's different today and is freaking them out is that Donald Trump is neck and neck with Kamala Harris in the national popular vote, and he's winning the battleground states, so that when you tip the close ones, and they are very close, he gets 312 electoral votes. We need 270 to win. But let me tell you what they're basing this on. North Carolina, the average of the Real Clear Politics polls has us ahead by 0.4. Pennsylvania, 0.8. Wisconsin, 0.4. Michigan, 1.2. Georgia, 2.5. Arizona, 1.8. And Nevada, 0.9. So it's extremely close. The early votes are now coming in where you can count votes. Most of these states, the battleground states, are voting. And they're voting by mail, and they're voting early in person. And the Democrat numbers by mail are down, and the Republican numbers are up, particularly early in person voting in Georgia, North Carolina, Nevada, Arizona. So things are going better, but we have 13 days to go. And
let me just stop you there, though, because I have some questions about the early voting. The states themselves cannot put out tallies by law until the polls close on November 5th, correct? So you don't know. You know registration-wise who's voting. I guess you can get that information, but you don't know who they're voting for, correct?
The difference is the parties, both Democrats and Republicans, by registration, we know we're getting over 90% of the Republicans. They know they're getting maybe close to 90% of the Democrats. We have an idea because of internal polling where we stand with independents. We also know that in the states that don't have party registration, there's affinity scores based on what party we think you're in, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, or independent. So there's modeling going on where each side is saying, this is where we stand today.
Okay,
and when you
but I want to know the law. So early voting, Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth cannot put out vote totals. Is that correct?
Correct. What they're putting out is the mail-in ballots that are in hand, which are over 1 million right now. They know whether they're a Republican or a Democrat or an independent.
That's all they know, though, where the party registration is. Okay, fair enough. Now, you say, and I believe it's true, there are more early voting ballots being cast by Republicans this year than there had been 4 years ago. Is that correct?
Correct.
By how much?
Yeah, it depends upon the state, but it's significant. For example, when you look at Georgia, they're up to like over 1.7 million votes, and what we think Republicans are, we're running like a little ahead of the Democrats right now in terms of the types of voters who are voting early in person. The mail-in ballots are way down because they fixed their election law that you need voter ID for absentees and early in person as well as election day. And you also, we got rid of the Zuckerberg drop boxes that David Plouffe, Obama's,
Right.
and
well, that's just in one state, though. Boy, all states should do that. So right now, you work for Trump. You work for the Republicans. The Republicans, would it be fair of me to say that they are confident they are going to win? Would that be a fair statement as it stands today?
I think a lot of our friends are too confident, because if you go back to 2012, on this day in 2012, Mitt Romney was ahead by a point, and he was leading in the average of the national polls until Halloween. Remember when Sandy hit, a lot of the Republicans stopped polling the week before. They didn't poll through the weekend. But the Real Clear Politics average, after Sandy hit, Romney was flying over the affected states, just like Harris and Biden were trying to ignore what went on in North Carolina and Georgia. Now they're paying a price for what they didn't do there. But when Romney flew over those states, it was a message to the country that Obama's right. He doesn't care about the little person. Trump is out there. The difference is, and Romney lost his lead the final weekend. And in the end, the polls had Obama up by a point the day before the election on the average, and Obama won by 4 points, 51.
Why did Romney lose, in your opinion? Just succinct, because it doesn't apply today. But I'm just curious. What was it in the last weekend that he did or did not do that swung it to Barack Obama?
What happened was the Obama campaign made him a rich guy who didn't care about the average working person.
Okay, and that got through.
And people walked away from the election. The low propensity of less voters didn't come out.
Now, my theory, and it's based on facts, is that Trump's profile with the voters, the MAGA people, and the Republican Party, and you cited it before, that 90% are probably going to vote for him, but is much stronger than Harris-Walz, who their support is tepid, even among Democrats, unless you're a real fanatic progressive. When I was in Vermont last weekend, perhaps the most liberal state in the country, I didn't see any Harris-Walz signs on the lawns or any of that. And see one. You go to Middlebury, which is crazy land, then you get a little, but that's it, not in the regular towns. So my working theory is that Trump is more likely to get a turnout than Harris is.
It is, except in their weakness of the lack of enthusiasm for Harris-Walz. What they're trying to do now, and this is your original point, they're shifting to a character attack on Trump personality.
Right.
And they're trying to they're running ads calling him unstable and deranged. And they're trying to get him to lose it because he's winning on performance. He was a better president. And the question is, do you want 4 more years like the last 4 years? High inflation, open borders, endless wars? Well, then you vote for Harris. If you want to vote for a better president who will lower inflation, grow the economy, secure the border, fight crime, end wars, then you vote for Trump. And they don't want that comparison.
No, they don't want the comparison because it's in stone. You know you had more money 4 years ago to spend on the essentials of life than you do now. I can't debate it. All right, we're going to bring John McLaughlin back on November 4th, one day before. By that time, you should have a prediction handy. I'm going to make my prediction on Halloween. I'm going to dress up like Chester A. Arthur to promote Confronting the President, make my prediction. Chester A. never had a run. I mean, he was just like, okay. I got the job because Garfield's dead, and he sat there and really didn't do much. But anyway, I've got you, and I got Doug Schoen. You know Doug, and you guys are friends. I got you both on the day before the vote. We're looking forward to that. And we'll run down the whole deal. We'll spend most of the program on it. Appreciate it, John. You're going to be at the Yankee game next week. I know John McLaughlin's a big Yankee fan. We're pulling for the Yanks as well. And we'll talk soon, I hope. Thank you. Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. America is at a breaking point. Record inflation, interest rates, debt. The last thing we need is more reckless government spending and higher taxes, and they could happen. But a Harris presidency could bring us into that zone, plus a hit to your retirement savings. So protect your savings with American Hartford Gold. They'll help you secure your retirement by diversifying with physical gold and silver. Start with a simple phone call. They'll guide you through the process, even deliver gold and silver right to your door, or place it directly in your IRA or 401k. Don't wait. These safe haven assets can protect you in an economic crisis. Call or text American Hartford Gold today. Tell them O'Reilly sent you to get up to $15,000 of free silver on qualifying orders. Call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201. Or text Bill to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201, or text Bill to 65532. So we got a YouTube channel. It's free. We want you to sign up. YouTube.com/Bill O'Reilly. I'm going to do a Hitler thing tonight on the YouTube, all right, which you will find very interesting because, of course, I'm linking it into USA. So most people, they know the name, but they don't know really how bad this guy was. And it was pretty bad. So that's YouTube, and we want you to sign up because it's different than what we do on the No Spin News. Let's go to mail. Elizabeth says Democrats have changed their game plan. They are no longer actively working to get Kamala elected. They have switched their energy to using the 14th Amendment to keep Trump from taking office. And you know this how, Elizabeth? How do you know this? All right. No, I don't believe a word of that. I got to see if they've changed their strategy, some kind of data. No. If Trump wins, Trump will take office. I wouldn't worry about it. There's no way to block it. Francis Nesta, Knox, Pennsylvania. I was fixing my TV for my sister-in-law, and she asked for MSNBC to put on. There was a gentleman with Rachel Maddow who spoke about Trump working at McDonald's near Pittsburgh, a story you reported on, Bill. He insisted the McDonald's was closed and everything was staged. Okay, I mean, you can insist that Martians land in your backyard. Now, what is true is that the Secret Service was there in numbers and vetted people to go up to the drive-in window, but the restaurant was functioning. Propaganda. Charles Pipper, Bullhead City, Arizona. People at Kamala's rallies hold up signs that say freedom. Socialism is not freedom. They're not talking about economics. They're talking about abortion. Those freedom signs are all about abortion. And you're correct. Socialism is not freedom. You are being told what to do. Jeffrey Arsenault, Northampton, New Hampshire. Bill, I listen to you every day, but I've yet to hear you comment on Project 2025. What is it exactly, and does Trump support it? Well, why would I comment on Project 2025? Why? Not law. It's not going to be law. Not going anywhere. I believe Trump said he didn't buy into it. I don't think Trump read it. Why would I report on it? There's a million of these things. So I only report on reality. Reality is what we do here. Sean Ryan, Green Bay, Wisconsin, is a loyal listener. I appreciate the work that you and your staff do analyzing reliability of polls. In your opinion, why are some of these polls biased because of money? But if you're being paid by a certain group and the group wants a result, you're going to give them that result because they got to pay you and you cash the check. And then if the result is wrong, you go, oh, sorry. That's what happens. Thomas McNulty, Navan, Ireland. Bill, since the presidential race is close, Trump needs to swallow his pride and put Nikki Haley on the stump. Okay, I think that might help him. I don't think it's going to be a dramatic help, but I don't think there'd be any downside to it other than Trump doesn't like her. Dan Lorizio, Berthoud, Colorado, the famous Berthoud Pass. Bill, please explain if there is a tie in the Electoral College on how a president is chosen. Okay. So 270 electoral votes are needed to win. There are 538 in total. So you could have a tie, 269, 269. If that would ever happen, then the states would vote for president and the governors and the legislatures would vote the way the people in the state voted popularized. So 26 states would be needed to put the president in, and Trump would win because he's way ahead in the state count. All right, the House of Representatives would conduct that election. On the Senate front, they would vote directly for vice president. Now, that could get a little messy. If the Senate were, if Trump wins and the Senate goes Democrat, who knows if Vance would get it. Frank Schroeder, Dubuque, Iowa. Because your viewers writing to you and telling you how much they loved your book, I want to say I'm ordering it. Well, that's good. Take advice from my folks because they're honest. So you're smart, Frank. Normally, I don't read much, says Frank, but you have me intrigued with the history of the presidents. You will learn so much that you will be thanking me every day. All right, BillO'Reilly.com store. Once you go there, we got the big bundle of all the killing books, and we're throwing in Confronting the Presidents. This is moving very fast, so it may sell out before Christmas. Fabulous for start a library and the best gift ever. So the whole bundle, 14 books. Then we got the memorabilia bundle, the 3 mugs. Team Normal, Not Woke, No Socialism. Those are keepsakes, that's for sure. All made in America. And then we have the leather-bound limited edition of Killing Pat. Fabulous, fabulous gift. And coming soon, Not Woke gear. We will have that for you when it comes in for Christmas. And finally, we'll have the Q&A, the election Q&A, Monday night, November 4th, live. Send your questions in now. Only for premium and concierge members. And if you sign up, you get Confronting the Presidents free, so it's worthwhile. Word of the day, new nugatory, Nugatory. Nugatory, great word. Nobody knows what it means, but don't do that. And we'll be back with a final thought in a moment. By now, you have heard me talk about Delta Rescue. They are a fantastic organization that helps rescue animals from the wilderness. You know, I'm a dog lover, so is Leo Grillo, the founder of Delta Rescue. It is his life's mission to provide everlasting care for these once abandoned animals. I myself have donated to Delta Rescue. Do you believe it is part of man's duty to care for dogs and horses, the animals that so much of our history is tied to? If so, please consider making a donation or consult your advisor about leaving a gift in your will or trust. There can be some tax advantages, and it's a great way to help Delta Rescue accomplish their mission. So please visit deltarescue.org to learn more. That's deltarescue.org. Today's economic climate, very stressful, as you know, but with the Fed finally dropping interest rates, there's no better time to put you and your family in a better financial position. As a homeowner, American Financing can help you free credit card debt by using equity. They've already helped thousands of families just like yours. On average, American Financing saves borrowers more than $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise in the marketplace. Better yet, it costs nothing to find out how much you can save. They are even closing some in as little as 10 days. And if you start today, you may not have to make next month's mortgage payment. There's no better time to turn your situation around. Please call today, 888-462-9557. 888-462-9557, AmericanFinancing.net. Okay, here's the final thought of the day. I continue my plea to television news people to stop with the cliches. So we got the end of the day out of here, okay? We got, by the way, no more. I had to find myself yesterday. Now we'll see. Stop it. Go.
So we'll see how that splits out. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
So we'll see how that plays out.
So we'll see if this move has any impact.
But now we'll see how she makes her case, right?
Well, we'll see. And I hear why you're saying it, Touré, but we'll see where it takes us.
We'll see if she does.
We'll see how it goes.
Oh, come up with something new, huh? Parrots. They're all parrots. Bark, bark, bark. And the other one is, what do you make of that? I'll do a montage on what do you make of that tomorrow. It's painful for me to hear this because we are original here. We think before we speak. Thank you for watching the No Spin News and listening on our radio stations all across the country. I'm Bill O'Reilly. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.